The latest Pompey news, updates every day from the Pompey Sound news desk.
Pompey's updated EFL squad list has been revealed, and a £1 million summer signing, a Swansea loanee, and a winger who was close to a return have all been left out. The EFL has officially confirmed Pompey's squad for the rest of the Championship season, and the main talking point is three notable absences who were all in the group for the first half of the campaign. Swansea loanee Florian Bianchini, defender Josh Knight, and winger Harvey Blair have not been included in the updated list. Also missing are injured midfielder Mark Koshnowski, goalkeeper Jordan Archer, and Jacob Farrell, who recently moved to the Australian A-League with Western Sydney Wanderers. Pompey have registered a 23-man senior squad, leaving 2 spots open to add players later on, similar to how they kept a space free for a potential new signing in the first half of the season. On top of the senior players, the club has 10 contracted under-21s who don't count towards the 25-man limit. It's a blow for Josh Knight, the centre-back who arrived from Hannover 96 last summer, for a reported £1 million. He hasn't played since late November due to a stubborn back injury and still looks to be a long way from returning. Considering how long he's been sidelined with the stress fracture and the time it'll take to get back up to speed, the earliest we're likely to see him is April. Florian Bianchini's omission comes after a tough loan spell from Swansea. The French attacker, who has been dealing with a knee problem, also last featured back in November. Harvey Blair's absence is perhaps the biggest surprise. The winger was expected to be available for this weekend's game against Sheffield United after recovering from a hip flexor issue. The £300,000 signing from Liverpool has had a frustrating, injury-hit time at Fratton Park, but he's also shown real glimpses of what he can do, especially in his last appearance against Premier League leaders Arsenal in the FA Cup. Pompey's EFL squad list is Ibu Adams, Iji Elise, Melenik Ali, Keshi Anderson, Colby Bishop, Ibeen Boert, Jacob Brown, Josef Bursic, Gustavo Caballero, Connor Chaplin, Terry Devlin, Andre Dizel, Ben Killip, Luke Leroux, Josh Murphy, Connor Ogilvie, Marlon Pack, Regan Poole, Nicholas Schmid, Connor Shaughnessy, Zach Swanson, John Swift, Jordan Williams. Contracted under-21 players: Harry Clout, Maddie O'Dyer, Mackenzie Kirk, Hayden Matthews, Adrian Sejic, Teo Singer, Toby Stewart, Ruben Swan, Franco Ume, Thomas Waddingham.
So they've got space for 2 more signings, or possibly to promote the signing of one of the players who are not registered at the moment. Means that most contingencies are covered in the event of unexpected injuries, although it's beginning to look, isn't it, as though with Pompey, as with plenty of other clubs, there's no such thing as unexpected injuries. You simply expect the worst. So it sounds like a pretty clever game of chess played with the way in which Pompey have registered their squad. Yeah?
Jacob Brown has called Melenik Ali a dream to play with as he links back up with his former Luton Town teammate at Fratton Park. And he's not at all surprised by the winger's flying start to his loan spell on the south coast. Ali has been in fine form for the Blues since arriving from the Hatters in the winter window, quickly making the left wing spot his own in John Messinio's side. He's seamlessly filled the gap left by an injured Josh Murphy, starting all 5 of his games so far and already chipping in with 2 goal contributions. It's no wonder he's fast becoming a fan favourite. Brown, of course, reunited with Ali after making his own deadline day loan switch, and will also be at PO4 for the rest of the campaign. The two know each other's game well from their time together at Kenilworth Road, and have already started to re-establish that connection at Pompey. They both got the nod to start in Saturday's defeat to Preston, linking up on a few occasions at Deepdale. Brown revealed he'd been tracking his teammates' impressive progress even before his own move south, and is hoping the two of them can really combine well for the rest of the season. Yeah, when he signed, he got off to a flyer and contributed goals to the team, which is what I've always known he can do. For him to get the chance to show that in the Championship, I'm really happy for him. He adds a lot of quality to the team, and as a striker you want someone who can get the ball in the box. Millie does that, and hopefully we can connect a lot this season. As a striker, that's exactly what you want. Balls into the box, and Millie does that. He's direct, he can cross with his right or left foot, and he's a good player to play with.
Yeah, I think many of us had forgotten that basically Ali knows where Brown is likely to pop up, and Brown knows where Ali is likely to cross the ball. And that ought to be a combination that will start working for us, not unlike the Murphy-Bishop combination. Although, good as Ali has proven to be, and as good a signing as we hope Brown is going to turn into, and he made a fairly promising 60-minute start to his Pompey career, it will be nice. It will be more than nice. It will be very reassuring to get Murphy back on the left wing and Bishop back, knowing where the back of the net is on the end of his crosses, wouldn't it?
Football League World are discussing the future of Fratton Park Stadium, saying,
Pompey chief Andrew Cullen has always reiterated that the Hampshire club remain committed to a long-term Fratton Park expansion, but what do we actually know? Initial plans outlined by the Eisner ownership were costed at around £12 million, but the scale of the project meant total investment pushed beyond £15 million as further upgrades were added in 2024. Upgrades were undertaken so Pompey had the infrastructure to go into the Championship, which they're obviously now in, but the most eye-catching long-term aspect still remains a potential North Stand expansion. Back in December, Cullen stressed to the News that the North Stand project hinges on the outcome of a feasibility study involving a new footbridge at Fratton Railway Station and the wider regeneration of the surrounding land. At the same time, he cautioned that much of the process is outside the club's direct control. He explained that the study involves three main investors: the club themselves, the Pompey Centre and Portsmouth City Council, with Network Rail heavily involved on the design and engineering side as well. Cullen claimed that the feasibility work is approaching its conclusion, and that the club expects to begin to see results early in the new year, but the new year has been and gone without any confirmation of results yet. The CEO had previously pushed back strongly against suggestions that meaningful North Stand redevelopment will not happen until 2035, branding that timeline not true when concerns were raised in 2024. But after their home clash with Ipswich Town was called off for the second time in a month, Pompey might need to focus on the pitch condition first.
The current seating capacity at Fratton Park is 20,000. The plans to develop the North Stand would increase the capacity to somewhere between 26,000 and 30,000. So let's call it 28,000. So an additional 8,000 seats is the number we're going to use to do a calculation. Hi, Jack. Can you tell me the current seating capacity in Fratton Park's North Stand?
The North Stand at Fratton Park currently seats around 6,000 spectators. It's one of the main stands and it's seen its fair share of history.
And what is the average price of a season ticket at Fratton Park?
For the 2024-2025 season, Portsmouth's lowest adult season ticket at Fratton Park was around £455. This price made it the sixth highest cheapest season ticket among clubs in the EFL Championship that season.
So, multiplying the seating capacity of the North Stand by the average price of a season ticket, what is the current income in ticket sales from the North Stand?
Take approximately 6,000 seats in the North Stand and multiply by the average season ticket price of £455. The income from North Stand season tickets would be roughly £2,730,000. Of course, that's a rough calculation, but it gives a ballpark figure.
Okay, and if Portsmouth Football Club increased the attendance capacity of Fratton Park by 8,000 seats by expanding the North Stand, what would be the additional income from 8,000 season tickets sold at today's prices?
For the 2024-2025 season, Portsmouth's lowest adult season ticket price at Fratton Park was about £455. If you added 8,000 more seats at that price, the additional income from those season tickets would be about £3,640,000.
So if the development of the North Stand takes place, it will pay for itself in between 4 to 6 years, but will then be there for decades to come.